April 25th. We're going to have a lot of fun doing a lot of website reviews for you today. Plus, I have a quick story to tell you, and never done this before. We're going to give away something every 10 minutes. That's right. Stick around. We're going to have some fun. Welcome to the Income Stream.
This is the income stream to help you achieve your dream, all while we keep it clean. This is the income stream. It's the kind of show where you can come and go, but then you leave inspired with no fee required. The income stream with Pat Flynn.
Yo, we are 40 days in. How insane is that? It's insane that we've all been locked in during this time, like for that long. But what's even more insane is that many of you have been here every single day during the Income Stream. This show didn't even start off as the Income Stream. It was just like live Q&A with Pat Flynn. And here we are. It's the Income Stream. We have our own song. We have a logo still being created. I'm still fine-tuning that, but don't worry, that'll come out very soon. And who knows, next 40 days, how big can we grow this? My absolute goal is to get to 1,000 people watching live every single morning. 1,000 people. 1,000 true fans, perhaps. And I think we can make it happen. But I know it's not going to happen right away, like with anything. We just need to keep going, keep providing value. And I know that the universe will provide. Thank you all for helping make this happen, sticking around and being here, and for sharing the show as well. That makes me so, so happy. Just bruh. Hashtag bruh to all y'all out there. TJ says, feels like 40 years. Does it? That's a long time. Makes me feel really old. But very appreciative that you are here. Let's say to some hello to some people in the room. Then I got a quick story. Chris says, a clean 40. Wow, absolutely, yes. Pavel, what's up? Hi, welcome. Just Samson in the house. Hopefully you're not driving today. I was worried about you. Didn't want you to not be safe. Kalpana, thank you so much. This says, don't tell them, show them, right? That's what it's about, leading by example. This is the philosophy I use for my kids. This is the philosophy I use online. This is a shirt with more of my philosophies on it, like my other shirts. So anyway, hello, Anka. Great to see you here. Thank you so much, Ellen, for popping in. What is your why? Love the shirt today. Thank you so much. Yeah, I pulled this one deep out of the closet because I'm running out of shirts to try and keep these unique. I've already doubled a couple shirts, and y'all caught them. And so I'm going to work hard to get more. I don't know. We'll see. This isn't about buying new shirts, because by the end of this whole thing, I might have like 400 new shirts, and I don't want that. Well, I kind of do, actually. Muse, what's up? Scooby Life in the house, welcome in. Thank you so much. Every 10 minutes, dang, that's right. And so we're going to put this up on the screen right now. How do I do that? Okay, let's go. Boom. There's a 10-minute timer, and bam. Okay, so hopefully you can see that down there. Every 10 minutes, what are we going to give away? We're going to give away a signed copy of my book, Superfans. So there's no like goal today. Usually we have a like goal. If we get to that at the end, we then reward people. But I wanted to reward some people, especially coming in on the weekend, who might have to leave early. I don't want you to have to stick around until the end, although, of course, I want you to stick around until the end. I don't want you to have to stick around until the end to potentially win something. Plus, we just signed a whole bunch of or I just signed. I don't like hire people to sign my name on my book. But I have a whole bunch of copies to give away, which is why we're doing them en masse. That's kind of how it's spelled, right? Today, which is really cool. So I do want to answer a few questions, of course. I also want to tell you a quick story. And I got to tell you, it starts with a lot of excitement, and then it doesn't end so well. And then it became exciting again for a different reason. How's that for a hook? That's clickbait right there. But you're here watching anyway, so you don't have to click anything. Okay, so here's the quick story. So I was invited to speak at an event, and this event was happening in Chicago. I'm not going to mention the name of the event because I don't want to make them look bad, but how's that for an intro? But I was really excited because I got invited. I was going to speak on stage, and I was also allowed to pitch on stage too, which I've never done before, and I wasn't going to do here. I don't really do that. I like to go on stage, provide value, have people come back to my brand, and then offer them something from there after we've gotten to know each other, right? Like I want to go on a date with you first before, I ask you on the second one and the third one, and then we kind of get married and have kids and stuff. Anyway, so I got invited to this event, and what was really cool was the person said, hey, Pat, I have 25 tickets that you can give away to your own audience. And you can have them come out, you can meet them, you can do little meetups there, but I'd like to invite some of your Team Flynn members there too. And I was like, wow, that's really crazy. Like, that's such a cool opportunity. Thank you so much for that. I didn't think twice. 25 tickets, and they were being sold for like $150. I'm like, wow, that's a lot of money that you're giving. That's like, over $3,000. Thank you so much for that. And so I invite a whole bunch of people and we come in. And apparently this whole event literally was a pitch fest. And by pitch fest, for those of you who don't know what that means, that is essentially every speaker. And this was early in my speaking career, so I didn't even know these things existed. I couldn't imagine something like this existed, although looking back, it's like kind of obvious. And apparently this is more common than regular conferences. But with 450 or 500 people in the audience, every speaker came up, they told a brilliant story, they hooked the audience, and then they pitched their product. And sometimes their products were $2,000, $5,000. There was even one that was like $9,999. But for you today, it's only $7,997. And that's sort of what happened, right? And then I started thinking, I was like, oh my gosh, I invited like my favorite people here, and now they're getting pitched. I felt so bad. So I took them all out for lunch later to just apologize for that, which, you know, they understood. They knew that I didn't know that that was going to be the case. Well, I ended up speaking on stage, and I was like, how can I really make an impression here? And it was very simple. Everybody was pitching. I wasn't going to pitch. In fact, I was going to highlight that, but I didn't want to be like, hey guys, you know, everybody came up here and pitched, and I don't believe that, so I'm going to not pitch and kind of, you know, perhaps not make so good relationships with those people who spoke before me. So what I ended up doing was I changed my slides so that, like everybody else, it seemed like I was going to pitch something. Like I led into it. I started telling stories and started talking about price points and all this kind of stuff. And then eventually it went from like 10,000 to 5,000. Like I didn't even say what I was selling because I just made up something. To 2,000 to 1,000 to $50 to $0. And essentially I just gave what I was talking about away for free, which I already had in existence. And I literally got a standing ovation for doing that. And so by leading people to think that I was going to pitch something and then basically saying, ha, just kidding, it really made a big impression. And I think that was really cool. A side story, this was the same event that I went to. I don't know if you've heard this story before, but I lost my wedding ring, this wedding ring right here. I lost it as soon as I got there. It was raining and my hands were cold because it's Chicago. And I lost it. I went to the hotel and I started like asking people around, like, hey, have you seen this ring? And I had people crawling on the floor looking for it at the hotel. And then my friend was going to pick me up, Steve Nixon, who is a jazz musician who I've actually interviewed on the podcast before. He picked me up. We were going to dinner, and I went to him and I was like, Steve, I'm so sad I lost my wedding ring. What am I going to do? It's unique. There's some engraving in it. Like my wife's going to kill me. And then I remembered when I got off the train that I kicked something, and I thought it was like a bottle cap. It made like a dinging noise, and I didn't think anything twice of it. But I had remembered that moment. I asked Steve to take me back to the train where I got let off, and I looked around. There was nobody there, and in the rain, there was a glimpse of light from the ground. I pick it up, and it was the ring. Like 4 hours later, it was there. And it was just the most magical moment. And then I got back to the car with Steve, and he's like, hey, man, did you find it? And I was like, I found it. And he's like, are you serious? I didn't believe you were going to find it. Like, I was encouraging, but I didn't think you were going to find it. Anyway, I found the ring, and yeah, that was a weird, epic trip, by the way. By the way, I did see some super chats come in. I want to give a shout out to you, and I want to answer a couple questions, especially the one from Karma coming in, because that's an important question. Karma, I don't know if Lillian's watching, but hi, Lillian, good to see you. And anybody else who has kids watching, I don't know if you have kids around who are watching this, but yo, kid, if you're watching this with your mom or dad or whoever's taking care of you, you're awesome. Do some good stuff this weekend. Help them out. They're working really hard trying to take care of you, and you know I think you need to pay them back because they've been doing a lot for you without you even knowing it. Cool. So we got a super chat coming in from TJ, helping the cause. Thank you so much. By the way, the super chats that come in, I appreciate them. I will accept them, and then I pass on that income, that money, to the San Diego Food Bank. We're coming up at the end of the month here. I can't wait to add up all the numbers and see where we land and how many meals we could actually provide. But that would be awesome. Rhino Dog says, thanks for the encouragement. Launched on April 9th with 3 episodes and released 4th Thursday and reached my 100th download yesterday. Congratulations, Rhino Dog. Well done to you. Keep up the good work. And then we got, hey Archer with a super chat. Team Flynn. Awesome. Love that you're all here. Fantastic. Okay, so to answer Karma's question, let me go and get Karma's question, and then I will, let's see. Then I'm going to go into, we're just going to go into website reviews. And by the way, we have 2 minutes till our next giveaway, and I'll share with you how that's going to go down really quick. Where did that question go from Karma? I saw it come in here, and it was a great question, so I want to make sure we address that. And while I'm talking here, just, again, these little things that, by the way, Jonathan says, good morning, Pat and everyone. I can't thank you for introducing us to Stu McLaren. He is awesome. What have been your own aha moments from him? Yeah, this is actually related to what I was about to talk about, so thank you, Jonathan. My biggest aha moment with Stu McLaren was the fact that he is a great storyteller, specifically injecting stories from his audience into his messaging. I interviewed him on my podcast about building membership websites. That's what Stu McLaren is known for. And literally every question I asked him, he was like, oh, well, that's like Sue from Kentucky. Oh, that's like Joanna from so-and-so. And it just made everything seem more real and tangible. And it was awesome. And I just couldn't believe how great of a storyteller he was related to his audience. And then I actually had him on my stage at FlynnCon last year. And I had to ask him during the interview portion of that talk, I said, Stu, how are you so good at remembering everybody's stories? And he was like, Pat, I'm sorry to tell you this, but I kind of cheated. And I was like, what? Did you like make up fake stories? He's like, no, all these stories are true, but I have them all on a spreadsheet behind my computer. So when you were just interviewing me, I just kind of look at my spreadsheet and they're all categorized based on objection. And I was like, so you're telling me you just kind of look to find a story on your spreadsheet and then you just tell the story? And he's like, yeah. And I was like, wow, that's genius. And I feel cheated, but that's genius. And it just showed me how powerful showcasing the stories of your target audience can be. And so I have been working really hard to keep track of success stories now so that I can bring them back. Very, very helpful, especially during launch time, but even more helpful when you are doing lives and you're telling stories about people who have been successful. Like I'm going to talk about Rhino Dog, who just created his podcast on April 9th, having 3 episodes now and just crossing its 100th download. Right? Like for those of you who are coming in late, you might be like, wow, how did you know that? Well, Rhino Dog just shared that earlier in the chat today. But super cool. And I think that that's something that we could all do a better job of. Okay, I found the question from Karma, and we have a giveaway coming up very soon. Need some advice on how I could be more entertaining in my vids. I feel like I'm really boring. I've gotten nothing but positive comments on my channel, but want to make it more entertaining. So number one, we are always our own worst enemy. We're going to always think we are super boring. I think I'm super boring. And it's funny because I go up on stages and I get commentary afterwards. It's like, Pat, you were so funny. You were hilarious. And I'm like, were you watching the same presentation I was giving? Because I was just up there and, we don't often see ourselves as others do, because we are inside the bottle and we can't read the label. We need other people outside to read the label. However, I do appreciate this question. Before I answer it, we have a giveaway. So the way this is going to work, let me flip to this camera. So this is the chat. Actually, there's 2 chats. This is from YouTube. This is from Ecamm, which is a little bit delayed. But I'm going to go to Ecamm because it archives all of them. And what I'm going to do is just scroll up and down. I'm going to scroll up and down, and sort of wherever it lands, wherever my cursor lands, I will reward that person with a signed copy of my book, Superfans. And what you're going to have to do is send an email to pat@patflynn.com. And our first winner is Tondalea Carter. Hey, congratulations. You won our first of a few Superfan books that I'll be signing and giving away today. Tondalea, send an email to pat@patflynn.com. And we'll hook you up with that. Now, we won't be able to send them out right away. We'll send them out eventually, but you won, and good job. Okay, next giveaway coming. I love how everybody's like pumping comments in there now because they're like, I want a chance. Well, I'm going to consider all the comments the entire time in the next 9 minutes. So don't worry. It's not like we're doing pockets of entries. It's like the more you comment, the more entries there will be. Now, I would love for you to comment and share something of value, not just spam the room. Plus, if you spam too hard, you could potentially get booted, and we don't want you to get booted. Okay, so to continue answering this question from Karma, who was asking about how to make his videos a little bit more entertaining. There are some people out there, and this isn't about like pretending to be somebody or not. I think that's the important thing here. We don't want to have to go, Hey everybody, my name is Pat Flynn, and welcome to the podcast today. I'm really excited you're here, and I cannot wait. By the way, we have a giveaway in 9 minutes, and we want to make sure that you get your copy of Superfans. Yay! I think I woke up some people just now. But we don't want to do that. We don't want to have to be somebody we're not, because number one, that's tiring. That's tiring. I was at Vid Summit last month, and it's like fake too. Like, you don't want people to follow you for like the wrong reasons, right? I remember I was at Vid Summit last year in October, and there was a woman walking around with like a whole film crew. She was walking around, and she was just like, and then she'd find somebody, and literally like a flip, like a flip of a switch, she'd walk up to them and go, "Hey," like, and talk just like I just talked. Like, I'm not going to do it again because I hear rustling and bustling outside the door here. They probably think I'm going crazy. I didn't even sip any coffee yet. It's that kind of morning. It's very hot, and I'm waiting for it to cool down. LOL, that was kind of scary. That was a little scary, I'm not gonna lie. That's funny. Well, I went to this conference, and this woman, she would do this when the cameras were on, and as soon as she finished, she would like back to normal default face and go back and search and find somebody else. Like, it was not her. She put it on, and she was funny and entertaining, but like behind the scenes, I was just like, I don't know if I want to be her friend right now. And literally, I remember her coming one way down the hallway, and I would go the long way to avoid her. Like, it got to that point. So it's not about being somebody you're not. It's about amplifying the things that make you more you. And by doing that, you're going to attract the right people. Now, entertaining can come in different kinds of ways. It can be sort of like me with the nerdy and sort of often dry dad humor popping in there every once in a while. And to some people, that's not going to be entertaining. And to others, it's like, we get it. And even if you don't like it, it's still me. And it allows me to differentiate myself a little bit more versus others. Secondly, I think that adding a lot of, being here on YouTube, we have a lot of advantages of using things that we can pop onto the screen visually to make things a little bit more entertaining. Music, audio to be a part of that as well. And it's worth experimenting, Karma, with adding a few more elements here and there. And for me, what makes videos entertaining here on YouTube are pattern interrupts. So not just talking to the camera straight on the whole time, like even just simply moving the camera like this. Like, isn't this a little bit more entertaining? Like, I can talk to you in this way, and then all of a sudden I can flip to this screen here. As you can see, I'm holding literally a switch pod with a Velcroed Logitech Brio on it. Martin, what's up, man? Thank you so much. And yes, I was going to interview Paximus Enterprises first because that's who we had promised we were going to do first yesterday. So thank you for that. But sometimes it's just those pattern interrupts, things that pop up on the screen. Thank you, by the way. Little fun little timers down here if you're going live, and switching between camera angles, perhaps, and even some sound effects. Bruh. Right? So just pattern interrupts. It doesn't mean you have to be somebody who pops in a whole bunch of audio sound effects all the time. It just means you have to interrupt the pattern every once in a while. Something that I know a person does is they just switch camera angles a lot, right? You just little quirky things about you can pop up. Like, I'm reminded of, I don't know if any of you follow Graham Stephan. If you follow Graham Stephan, let me know in the chat. I'm curious to see who in my audience also watches Graham Stephan, but he talks about finances and real estate a lot, and he's got some really great videos. He has a very unique quality to him, and his sets look really nice, but also in every single video, he says something about the like button. Like, he just drops that in there, like, and he ties it into the, he ties it into his content in a brilliant, I can't even explain it. He just does this really great thing, and he's like, just naturally and organically, as he's talking about, he'll be like, yeah, and by the way, just like the real estate market, you want to make that thumb go up, like when you annihilate the like button, or, just like weird thing. Like, I don't even do it a great way, but I love him. He's great. I would love to meet and interview him one day, actually. Okay. 4 minutes remaining. We'll answer a couple more questions. Then we're going to give away another copy of my book, Superfans. Crazy how quickly 10 minutes goes when we're together, you guys. I love that you're here on a weekend. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. What are your plans for the week? Let me know in the chat. Would love to see what you're up to. We're going to have a picnic today in our backyard. That's one of our plans. My son and I, we're going to play some Fortnite, and we're going to rail on some noobs. Graham Stephan. And yes, I said rail on some noobs. We're going to get a little salty. I love it, though. My son and I, we bond over it. It's fun. We strategize. He's improved so much in his playing. Plus, there's, in Fortnite, like, concerts. Like, literally, there is a concert inside of Fortnite. They're just doing some crazy things. Now, you can say what you want about Fortnite. We do control the gaming time, but weekends are times for us to game, which will be a lot of fun. Rail on some noobs. That's right. Okay. So, where was that website? I want to pop it up here really quick. In fact, I think there could be something I want to try. By the way, if you haven't yet checked out this page here, this is the online business toolkit that my team and I put together for you. If you go to smartpassiveincome.com/toolkit, smartpassiveincome.com/toolkit, you will be given some free podcast episodes that are emergency and specifically about this time right now. You will, and by the way, I see a person who's like asking legit the same question every single. I'm not going to address you. Like that's not the way you want to be here. Like you're making a bad impression on the community. So just spamming the same thing over time. I'm sorry, I'm not going to answer your question. Like I can't reward that, right? Because then what's that going to do? It's going to encourage everybody else to do the same thing, and then this chat's going to be a mess, and then it's just going to be like really difficult to work with. So we don't want to do that. All right, you cool? You cool? Kevin, Kevin, my man, thank you so much for the super chat, my friend. Double wow for you. Kevin is one of my students in my accelerated program, just such an amazing human being, doing some really great stuff. You got to follow him on YouTube. He has some of the most authentic videos I've seen. He and his storytelling capabilities are unmatched, and he's creating this really awesome community called the Light Bulb Moment, which y'all better check. If you're a creator, you got to check it out, okay? Of all the tips and guidance in your Superfans book, what single tip would you say had the greatest impact on building your audience? So, what's the biggest thing that had the biggest impact that I talk about in my book, Superfans, that has, honestly, it's just being myself. That's been the number one thing, to attract the right kind of people. There's so many things I could talk about, obviously, Kevin, but being authentically myself, putting a lot of my personality into my brand, like the fact that I'm a big Back to the Future fan. I almost said Pat to the Future. Back to the Future fan, right? And a lot of you know this who know me. And it has done some really amazing things, because now whenever people see a DeLorean on the street or like a toy DeLorean somewhere, like it reminds them of me, which is really interesting. And I think that just speaks to the idea that we are becoming friends. We're becoming somebody more than just like a face online. We're becoming a human being with a human being to human being connection. And that P2P connection, that person-to-person connection, is how business is done today. It's what grows people, and it's what triggers people to want to come back and continue to get more. That plus... providing small wins. A lot of us want to change the lives of our audience, but you need to start by changing a person's day first before you change their life, right? So let's start by changing their day first. And there's been a whole lot of studies done about the power of small, quick wins. And that's just been something that I've naturally done ever since I started my businesses online. It's just taking these things that are really big and complicated and helping people understand what are their first steps, right? This is why $2.4 million worth of Smart from Scratch has been given away so far, because that is the first step, right? And I provide really early on in that course some small, quick wins to help people. Speaking of super fans and helping people, I want to give away a copy in 20 seconds now. And Kevin, thank you so much, dude. $100? Are you kidding me, my man? I mean, that's going to feed loads of people. Like literally. Thank you so much for that. And I can't wait to add that to the pot and give that all to the San Diego Food Bank, which is really cool. So, dude, thank you so much. Check out Kevin, the Light Bulb Moment, and he's building an amazing community of creators there, and follow him on YouTube. Promise you, it's going to be pretty epic, the videos that he comes out with. Awesome. Cool. Let's do a giveaway. Here we go. And by the way, I'm going to disqualify the person who is spamming that question. I know who you are. I'm not going to mention you by name because I know what you want. You want that attention. It's what you've been fighting for. But you got to understand, that's not how you get it, yo. That's not how you get it. There's been 15-year-olds who have come in here and have been very respectful and poised, like Isaiah, right? We all know Isaiah. He's 15. He's building a business. I'm giving him some love because he's approaching the community in a right way. I'm just lowering my voice a little bit because maybe that's what it takes. I'm not going to yell at you. But you weren't qualified for this contest, so there you go. Okay, so let's go. And I was looking at the camera when this one was on. That's totally my bad. Fail. Okay, here we go. Who's gonna win? Super fans. Who's gonna win? Super fans. The winner is JT Marino. JT Marino, hey, congratulations. You just won a copy of Super Fans. Isn't that Super Freak? Maybe I shouldn't. I shouldn't probably hum that song. JT, send an email to pat@patflynn.com. My assistant will know who is going to be sending an email, which reminds me, I'm just writing these down so that random people don't just email her and ask for a book, because she will know who they come from. All right. I'm blessed you're all here. Seriously. Thank you so much. We are about that time. By the way, we need to put the next timer on. I think it's about that time, y'all. You know what time it is. It's time for website reviews. This is where we break websites down to build them back up. It's time to get gangsta. Now, unfortunately, I can't do the reviews with these glasses on because these pixels don't actually let me see anything. Okay, so website reviews. We're gonna go to the first one, and that's this one here, which, by the way, is pretty awesome. I visited it yesterday. Like, there's so much going on here. This is a completely different website experience that I've really never seen before. So the timer on the bottom is for the giveaway, by the way. So I'm just gonna go 4 to 5 minutes on each of these websites. But wow, just like really impressed, first of all, with just how different this is. I do gotta say though, that it's a little bit hard to know what, like, first of all, this is a welcome mat. I understand that. Very impressive. I'm hoping that maybe you offer website design services or something unique like that. Like, this is really crazy. And this looks like to be a video. If I click on that, yeah, it's a video, okay. So anyway, this is a welcome mat. Welcome mats are like a place that people land on your site before they actually go on your site, like a welcome mat at your house. And there are a lot of pros and cons to it. The pro is you really capture people's attention right away, and you can send them like one message that you ultimately want people to do. But the hard part about this is they haven't gotten to your site yet. So you better make sure that that message is great, or else it's not going to work out as well. Like, people would leave if they just don't understand what they're here for. So I like that you have this here. And again, I don't have the video on, so I'm not necessarily listening to this right now. However, looks pretty crazy. It reminds me of the old Flash websites, right? But for a better viewing experience, please check out Paximus Enterprises on a desktop or laptop. I worry about that as well. I worry about that because guess what? A lot of traffic coming to our sites today is mobile, is on a mobile device, right? And so I'm curious about how that affects a person's experience. Can you imagine if like 40% of your visitors just have a terrible experience just simply because a website's not mobile optimized? Maybe a website visitor who's mobile bypasses this and they go to a more mobile website friendly version. So yeah, it looks like VR. And again, I don't know exactly what this is about, which is the hard thing. If I land here, what's going to get me to go to the site? Yes, I see that you say, for better experience, go to desktop. But Paximus Enterprises, I don't know what this is going to do for me. I need a reason to click through. If you're a website designer and you're looking for fresh website design ideas, click here to go to the site. Boom. Now I know who this is for, and if I'm a part of this audience that you're addressing, then I'm going to go through. If not, then I know it's not for me. And of course, this becomes like a filter. But now it's a little bit stronger, and it's not just going to deter people simply by the fact that it's not, I have no idea what this is for. Anyway, I'm going to go to the site now. Wow. Paximus Enterprises. So initially, again, very beautiful, but what's this for? What am I going to do? I shouldn't have to scroll at all to understand who this is for and why I need to be here. Why should I keep going, right? Yes, you have some really compelling design, and it's beautiful. It looks like an anime, seriously. However, again, What's going to keep me going through this website? I can just see this and go, wow, that looks cool. I'm out, right? So this is just my philosophy of online business and website design. Helping a person who just visits the page to understand why they need to stick around. Even literally shortening up Paximus Enterprises and then big and bold for website designers who want the latest and freshest designs for their clients. I don't know if that's what you do. Literally, maybe Paximus Enterprises is a website about, you know, city landscapes and design. You know, maybe it's public planning. I don't know. What is happening on my screen right now? This is crazy. Okay, so it just refreshed. Okay, if I scroll down, let's see what happens. Creative services. So it is creative services. Okay, that's good. In living color. Bookings. Get on the list. Join the mailing list. Never miss an update. Again, here, why do I need to get on this list? What's in it for me? We need to do a lot more work in the language and the text that shows up to help me understand why I need to dig in, why I need to hire you, what's going to be my outcome after visiting this website, right? Click on the button underneath. I know, but see, you have to tell me to do that. I shouldn't have to think about what this is about. This reminds me of LAX, by the way. There's like a giant sign out of the LAX airport. Small creative arts business based in Southern California. Oh, maybe that's what it was mimicking. Operated by producer, artist, filmmaker Pact. Pact started playing music. Okay, so this is the About page, all about you, which is great. Testimonials, cool. I think testimonials should be on homepages, by the way, as well. But again, I don't know what's in it for me. I see that what you do. I see that you have some amazing talents, obviously, but who is your target audience? What is the ultimate outcome? I hire you, and then what happens? Like, hire me for the most incredible website experiences that you could ever offer your clients so that you can blow their minds and keep them as customers for life, right? Podcast, cool. Yeah, so again, very impressive website, but this is like the opposite of what we've normally seen here. We've normally seen some really great language, but not a great website design to sort of support that. And this is the opposite of fantastic website design. It's almost distracting, to be honest, at this point. Like, I just want to know more about what this site offers me. Welcome at, fine. Homepage, okay. But like, these pages I think should just be static. I mean, this is starting to get a little bit, it's actually making me a little dizzy. And see the tech, like what is shown, like what's being offered is so tiny and what's in the background is so big and distracting. It's like, do you really want me to book it, or do you just really want me to see the websites here? Again, I'm just being harsh because I think that, you know, I want to help you out. But I think we could simplify and maybe have some specific parts of the page that can better show off. Like, hey, click this button if you want to see the full capability of all my mastery and artistry to help you decide how you want to build a beautiful brand and creative service online or something like that, right? So again, Gift Biz Unwrapped, same thing. I'm being honest, but want to say this is making me dizzy. Yeah. The style's dope. The style, like the font's totally okay with. Like, I can totally get a sense of the talents that you have for sure. But purpose of a website is to have parts of it that show off what you do, but also parts of it to go, hey, here's what we could do for you. And I see less of that. But hopefully this is helpful. Hopefully this is helpful. I have to close this because it literally is just zooming right by me. All right, 2 minutes left. Okay, so we got 2 minutes until another book gets popped your direction. In the meantime, if you have a website that you'd potentially like me to review, then what I would love for you to do is pop in your URL in the chat. However, when you pop in your URL in the chat, it's not going to show to me because Udemy, I don't know why I said that. It's not going to show because YouTube doesn't allow direct URLs to be shown in the chat. So find a creative way to get it through and maybe write dot or put dot in parentheses or just write it all out without any spaces or something. I'll try to find it. And I'm going to pick 2 or 3 more here today to do some website reviews for. And as those come in, I'll answer a question that came in from What is Your Why? Which is a great question. What are your top 3 apps on your phone? So top 3 apps on the phone are, hold on, I'm just looking at some of these websites coming in. All right. I'm just writing these right now. Cool. Thank you so much for the reviews. Always get good actionable ideas, says Dole Whip Dad. Awesome. Thank you so much. Cool. Valuable feedback. Thank you, Free Spirit. I appreciate you. Appreciate you. Now, top 3 apps on my phone. Number 1, definitely my calendar app. Now, there is an app that I've been using a lot more than my Google Calendar now. It's called Woven. I want you to check it out. It's awesome. Joel Runyon, a friend of mine, introduced it to me, and it's awesome. It takes all my Gmail accounts and all the calendars that I have there, compiles them into one. It also integrates with Zoom, which is pretty important nowadays. And it's just a neat way to schedule appointments. It's almost like Calendly built into a calendar app. Woven, W-O-V-E-N. Let them know I sent you. Another app that's really key for me is my YouTube Studio. My YouTube Studio. Hold on. I'm just writing down a couple more websites that we can review. My YouTube Studio app, which allows me to see how my latest videos have been performing. I can answer questions and comments on the go there. I can see what the trends are. I can notice if a video is popping. I can see and understand most of the analytics that I need to see to understand how my next videos should be done. All that kind of stuff is great. And finally, before the website review, I like my Amazon Seller app as well, and Shopify app. These show me stats for how like the SwitchPod is doing. I don't know if you can see that, but the SwitchPod is selling. The SwitchPod is selling. Let's see. Over the last, I don't know if you can see that. Over the last 30 days, we've had $14,000 in sales. $14,000 in sales of the SwitchPod on Amazon. That doesn't count SwitchPod. So it is selling, which is really great. We had to switch from Prime, because Amazon's not delivering Prime like they normally do during these times, to just self-fulfilled, and we're using our 3PL, our third-party logistics company, to help fulfill those. And so, yeah, it's selling. It's going pretty well. Okay, let's do a giveaway. I keep forgetting to switch back. My bad, y'all. Let's see. Can you upload directly? No. You can upload directly from your own phone, however, with the regular YouTube app. Although that being said, okay, I'm scrolling through the comments here. We're going to give away Superfans 2. Who's that? I don't even know who that is. This one right here. That is, hey, Paximus Enterprises. You won a copy of Superfans. How crazy is that? We just reviewed your website. So shoot me an email, pat@patflynn.com. pat@patflynn.com. My assistant will be looking forward to it so we can get that over to you. That's a signed copy of Superfans. How crazy is that? Okay, next one, 10 minutes, giving away another one. But let's do another website review. Here we go. I'm going to go to this website here, which is Leanne Hughes. Leanne, thank you for coming to the show. I know you watch every once in a while. I appreciate you and your support. And here we go. So very clearly, I love how clear this is. A corporate trainer delivering unpredictable workshop experiences that predictably work. This is curiosity driven. It's like, okay, well, what does that mean? I know who it is you're training, right? Corporate training. So I know that I'm either in your target audience or not. So that's good. And the background shows you sort of at the center, kind of going through some exercises, which is really cool. I would imagine that that's you. I would wonder if maybe there's some other pictures that are a little bit better that might be able to work. I like the idea of this picture, but I think there could be one that's maybe better framing you, maybe off to the side so that your face is not covered, for example. Because Leanne and I actually have met in the past in Australia, actually, which was really cool. But I think we could use a picture, maybe not looking at the back of head so much, just to be honest, but maybe with you on the side and maybe in front of a crowd, offering the same kind of value of like, you know, you in front of an audience, which is really cool. But not bad. That works. And okay, so I can see that the number one thing you want me to do here is schedule a call. I would hope that's the case. I always look for, okay, if I can understand, even without scrolling, what's the number one thing you want me to do, then it should be eventually somewhere that I can get here right away for. Now, I would imagine that maybe we can doctor up this language a little bit, even a little bit better, right? A corporate trainer, maybe I would say Leanne is a corporate trainer, right? Versus just a corporate trainer, right? I think getting a little bit more specific, even though this is your brand name, or I would even go first person here as well. I always prefer the first person. Like, I'm here to help you deliver corporate training that delivers amazing experiences in ways you've never even thought possible, right? That's even a little bit more along the same lines, but it's like I'm talking to you now versus this just seems like a business card, right? And you can see here, it says first person down here. So you might as well make it first person the entire time, right? Let's not consider this a business card. Let's consider this a conversation piece with your audience, if that makes sense. So most employees leave training feeling uninspired. So so that almost made me go like they leave your training uninspired. No, we want to differentiate normal trainings. So most corporate training feels dull and uninspired. I can help you make corporate training not just useful to help you grow your business, but fun and exciting too, or something like that, right? Let's see. See, again, here, schedule a call, virtual training. You have your call to actions there, which is really key. I love it when people show up for just another boring day and it's not what they expect. Cool. I want to see testimonials here. Hopefully there's some testimonials. So this is a good start in terms of proof. For corporate training, I think testimonials are going to be huge, and we need to feature them. We need to talk about this exact thing that you're pushing, that you specialize in, which are unique experiences. All the testimonials should support that. Not just like, Leanne was great, it was fun to work with her. They need to say things like, hey, we've never hired somebody so exciting that has been talked about and asked to come back again. Leanne is amazing, right? So we need more testimonials. Let's see, recommendations. So here they are here. And they're just sort of like, like these are going to be really key because people want to schedule a call with you or do a virtual training. These testimonials need to come out a little bit more. I want to see a face. I want to know who said these things. Oh, this is Lee Anderson saying this whole thing. Can this be distilled into one paragraph? And do you have more? Leanne is an inspirational, motivational speaker. She has a way of cutting through the fluff to get straight to the point. Leanne's style is both engaging and informative. So with testimonials like this, where there's a little bit longer pieces, I would have a sort of title to each of them. So I would have this one say, engaging and informative. And then the quote below, which can have those same things in there. Travis is in there too, which is great. I know you've also been on a number of podcasts. It would be great to see other podcasts that you've been on as well here too, to show that like you have this experience. I know that happens. So yeah, you have all the pieces. You have all the pieces. We just need to kind of move things around a little bit and showcase them more. Also, I'm curious, are you building an email list at all? I want the cheat sheet. Grab my cheat sheet. 5 unpredictable ways to start a Zoom meeting that predictably work. Unpredictable. Yeah, I think that's the language that trips me up a little bit, right? Unpredictable workshop that predictably work. I don't know if I want an unpredictable workshop, to be honest. I want to predict that it's going to be killer, right? And this is one of those cases where it's like, I know what you're trying to say, but sometimes just straight to the point is better than trying to be clever about the way that you're saying that, right? Like let me know in the chat. When you hear deliver unpredictable workshops that predictably work, it kind of has to make you think a little bit, right? Like, what does that actually mean? I mean, I don't want if I'm a business and I'm trying to hire a trainer for my employees, I kind of want it to be predictable, right? I want an unmatched experience. I want an unbelievable experience, but not unpredictable, if that makes sense. Okay, a couple more things here, and then the giveaway we got in 4 minutes. Let's see, virtual workshops seem to be an important thing for you. Virtual courses and team workshops. Here are the problems I can help you or your team solve. Feel free to paste this into your inquiry to me. Otherwise, you can look at some course and workshop ideas for corporations. How can we get the best from our employees? We don't want them to simply appear at work every day. We want them to show up and give their best. How do we keep our graduates? Do you have any videos of you conducting one of these workshops? I think that would be really interesting. And perhaps even just like a highlight reel here would be really interesting because there's a lot of text here, right? The colors are great, just very clean. The yellow is nice. The website design, I have no comments about that at all. I wonder if this goes down. Go live before you go live. So these are like different courses or things that you could help people on. Yeah, I want to see your face again here, Leanne, because I'm essentially buying you, and here you are non-existent, and you're even using logos that are very just sort of stock, which is fine. But I want to see you on here and have again a reminder of who I'm learning from. Yeah, I think. Let's see. Have you been asked to deliver more workshops? Are you self-taught facilitator? Join my signature facilitation bootcamp where I share my best facilitation ideas. Okay, this one, virtual training practice with groups of 5 people. Spend an hour sharing the co-host's hot seat and getting familiar with Zoom meetings. Perfect high-impact workshop for an energizing lunch and learn. This 1-hour session who want to lift their teams. We need to sell these a little bit better. We need to tell people after 60 minutes, your team will have no problem conducting Zoom calls that keep your employees engaged and get the most out of it. Like, we need to sell the thing on the other end of these workshops, right? Versus like, you're going to spend this time with me, you're going to do a lunch and learn, and it's going to be great, right? And that's great. But what's the outcome? What is it that is the transformation that happens in each of these workshops? That's what we need to sell. Extraordinary, says Stacy. That's a good word. That's the word I was looking for. I help you transform boring corporate trainings to extraordinary learning experiences. Yeah. That's pretty good, right? That's better, at least. Anyway, let me know what you think. Chat, feel free to offer some advice as well. And we're going to get into this in just a minute. I got 2 more websites I want to review. Let me share with you who is on deck next. And Leanne, thank you so much for being on the chopping block here today. I appreciate you for volunteering. And I'm sorry I cannot get to everybody. But I also saw somebody here. Let's see. All right, hold on one sec. Let's try this one. Thank you all for joining me today on a Saturday, by the way. So this is who I'm going to review next. This is James's website, I believe. Snapback Live. And I am excited to dig into this. But before that, we are going to do a giveaway. And that giveaway happens in about 30 seconds. So you have about 30 seconds to leave a comment such that I can select from the array of 1,500 comments, by the way. So that's a lot. This is good help and advice from Francis here. I don't know if I can click this. I see a lot of testimonials with pictures of the people who gave them and sometimes logos of the organization that you might have been featured in. Yep, that would provide a lot of proof. Like, here's an image of the person, and here is a logo of the company. It just adds a lot more context to what it is. Yeah, it reminds me of Lunchables. That's what it reminded me of too. Okay, so we got a giveaway. Let's go to the side view. This is the number of comments. We got about 1,600 in there, so I'm going to scroll all the way to the top and scroll to the bottom again. And as soon as this stops, that's where we land. And we got, hey, Martin. Look at that, Martin. Yeah, you won. Thank you so much for the super chats in the mornings, by the way. Thank you for sacrificing your chocolate cravings to help other people eat food that is actually nutritious. If you send an email, Martin, pat@patflynn.com. Oops, I almost wrote my own name. That would be great. pat@patflynn.com, Martin. Congratulations. Awesome. I'm excited to send you one of those. These site reviews are helpful. Awesome. Let's keep this going. All right. So let's do another giveaway. Boom. There we go. All right. Let's go to this website here. Not that website. That's my iPad view. Let's go here. All right, Snapback Live. Now, there's stuff up here that I cannot see because of this thing up top, this bar up top. But I'm going to exit that, and I'm going to visit your shop in just a minute because I want to do that. But wow, there's a lot going on here. It looks great. Snapback, only the classics. So be aware that that little thing up top covered the navigation menu, just so you know. To tune into IG Live, Twitch, mobile. So I'm not exactly sure what this is yet, and perhaps this is a page to capture people who find you elsewhere, which, you know, is understandable. I would imagine maybe this is a podcast or a live stream of some sort, which it looks like it's a live stream situation. Instagram Live, Twitch, media. So we have a podcasts and things like that as well. I'm curious, is there an about area where I can just learn more? Contact, maybe? Contact. Yeah. I mean, adding a lot of the... So what's really cool is like the images and the design of the website is showing me more personality than the text of the page. And that's part of the job of the design, is to share the personality and vibe of the website. So you're doing a great job on that. But on the contact page, maybe we can just add some quick, like, I don't know if this is your style, but like, yo, what's up? Thanks again for visiting Snapback. We would love to hear from you. We typically answer within 48 hours, whether it's press inquiries or something else. Like, hit us up in the form below. We'll get back to you as soon as we can. Even just that alone just makes it a little bit more sort of just, you know, personality in there. Even contact pages are great opportunities to connect even further with your audience too. Snapback, Lunchables Live. Now, the thing is, this carousel, there is nothing on this carousel, I worry about this, that allows me to click, right? Like, if I want to go to the shop from here, boom, click. Where is the shop? I can't go to the shop here. It doesn't even say shop up top, to be honest. It said store and shop. Those things should be similar. Maybe it maybe it should display shop where it says shop elsewhere. So just having that language similar so people can find it is really important. And I could see people here asking, well, what is Snapback? I don't know what this is. I don't know what it is too. Old school house party vibe, our live parties. Check out our virtual events online. We can't wait to see you on our social media platforms where we are holding live shows. So live shows, great. And these are the names of the live shows. In the house party, stay home, lunch tables. That's pretty cool. I really like that. Whoever is your designer, like, give him props, like amazing. New gear, so shop. So see, again, shop for gear, store up here. On the gram, so just flyers, basically. Let me click on this. Opens to a new web page, which is what you want it to do. So I would imagine that this entire channel, Snapback Live on Instagram, is probably just a whole array of these, right? And there's no, like, this isn't personable. One of these every once in a while is great, and whenever you have a show coming out, awesome. But like, where can I know more about you, or hear some testimonials from people, or get some, you know, like, things like this are okay. Now I see people using the Snapback logo on their merch, which makes me want to get some more merch too. Like your designer, oh my gosh, amazing. Like, talk to the crowd. This just seems like you know those bulletin boards at colleges that just have like all the flyers on them. Like, that's the vibe I'm getting here. Versus like, hey y'all, come join us, and we're here. Maybe there's some way that you can get people who are actually watching your live streams to take photos of themselves while watching the live stream and show them up there to show a little bit more context and proof and sort of like a crowd in the community there. Let's keep going here. By the way, thank you so much for the super chat. Leanne, I appreciate you. You're amazing. Thank you for, again, being on the chopping block. Let's go back to the computer here. Let's see, where were we at? Okay. Home. Yeah, I need a little bit more. Snapback is the best place online. No, that's not even that good. Snapback. Live shows that are as close to real life, old school hip hop vibe parties as you can get without contracting diseases. I don't know. I'm just trying to, I'm like, some text up top. I have no context of what this is. I'm still trying to understand what this is. And we just need some language. It might not even be that much. Let's go to the store. Snapback. Yeah, it has like a Supreme vibe to it, which is pretty cool. It's like big, bold, right there. Love it. I love this shirt. I would sport this shirt, by the way. I would wear this shirt here on the live stream. Dreamin' with Biggie on it. SB, dude, this is the Upper Deck logo, yo. That's sick. Snapback, dude. I mean, this merch should show up on the homepage, honestly. There it is a little bit. But man, I don't know what this is about, and that's a problem. But you're very close, likely. Just a little bit of language and some way to inform those who arrive here, even if they know what it is, where they're coming from. Sharing again, selling the idea and what it is, the mission is, or the vibe, or the strategy, or whatever it is really important to continue that conversation. Maybe IG or Facebook or Instagram or Twitch is where you essentially live, and the website's just kind of there to kind of capture people. But you still need to have people understand where they were coming from and connect to where they were, so continue to want to go where you want them to go. Noon Pacific. Tune into IG Live. Sorry, this page isn't available. And that's kind of unfortunate. Maybe it's a waitlist page, or a page of like all your upcoming dates. It almost seems like this could be like a band's website, and you're going on tour, and you have the merch, and you have the live shows, right? And of course, I don't know. I think some videos of the lives would be amazing too. Just to kind of get, like, even if it had a video of just like, see, we're all about old school house party vibe. Cool. Are you a merch company, or are you entertainers? I don't know. Show me a video right underneath of a version of one of these live parties, and then I'll get a better sense of the vibe, right? Snapbacklive.com. Cool. Awesome. Thank you so much for that. Smash that like, no goal, but do it anyways. Thank you, Michael. I appreciate that. And I think it's almost time for another giveaway. In fact, this will be the last one as we finish up here. I'm going to go into one more website really fast that I did see come in to finish off the day. We'll probably go a little bit over the hour, but we're going to go into Magic of Paws. Magic of Paws. And this is for dogs. It's a beautiful Dalmatian. Unfortunately, its snout is cut off a little bit, which is I wish we could zoom out a little bit so that, I mean, this is almost a perfect page because you have the very clear call to action of what you want to do. Now, I will talk about what the first experience is like, but just in terms of like a landing page to get people to sign up for a webinar, number one, having an image is great to go along with it. If you have an image of somebody pointing, or in this case, a dog using its snout to point to something, then that's even better. Like if this were full snout, this would bring about more registrants. Unfortunately, it cuts off there. And it's great. It's a great use of like directional pointing. Here's what I want you to do. Alternative canine socialization webinar. That sounds very scientific, right? And I think we can benefit from having at least some bullet points underneath. Register for the webinar so that you can learn, bullet point, how to make sure your dog doesn't feel sad during these times where we aren't able to go outside anymore. How to X, Y, and Z. Whatever the transformation is, we need to sell it. People don't want to go to an alternative canine socialization webinar. They want what they're going to receive as a result of the alternate canine socialization webinar, which again is a name that's a mouthful, right? Which is fine, but if you sell it, it will be okay. Right now, it's not something that's attracting to me to click to. And save your seat is usually better than register now. Register sounds like a very long process. Register is very formal. Register is a word that's very high friction sounding, versus save your seat. Click here to save your seat. Boom, click here. In which case, hopefully this will take me to. See, now you have it here. People staying healthy at home. Traditional socialization will just not work for all people and dogs. That's where this webinar comes in. NISA has specialized in working with anxious dogs for years and has a bunch of tricks up her sleeve to get the same results. So same result. What are the results? I know who this is for, but what are the results? As a result of taking this webinar, hey, so you have the full image here, but now the eyes and the head's cut off. We need to fix that. RSVP, that's okay. Takes me down here. One, check out. Okay. Having that on the homepage is very risky. It better be so perfectly copywritten and draw people's attention and be the exact thing that everybody's looking for right now, or else it's not going to work. And it's actually going to not help you out because it seems like the rest of the webpage doesn't matter right now. What matters is getting these registrants. So if I scroll down, oh, beautiful website, by the way. Love these pictures. It makes me want to scroll through. Pets have this amazing quality of having us continue to want to look at more pictures. So you have that as a benefit, right? But imagine if this were simply a bar at the top, similar to what we saw on Leanne's website or even Snapback, where it's just a bar at the top that says, worried about how your dog feels during these times, click here to learn more, right? We don't need to even tell them it's about a webinar right now. Click here to learn more. By the way, I'm just gonna pop my image in there, and actually I'm gonna take that out. So click here to learn more, right? A bar at the top, which then moves everything up the page, and it gives the impression that, okay, there's something more I can learn here, if that should be something I'm worried about. And if not, I can scroll through the rest of the page versus just a giant boom, like webinar. That's like the only thing I want you to do right now. Versus if you had it as like one of those sticky bars, or oftentimes it's known as a hello bar. A hello bar at the top can give you exactly what you need to let people know that you have this training. Ask a question to validate, yes, I am interested or I fit into that crowd. Click here to learn more. And then it'll take you to this page here. And then this is the page that sells, and again, a little bit more language about what the result is on the other end. And then that'll work, because on the homepage now, then I will see this with the little bar up top. Now this is very inviting. Magic of Paws, sitting, training, walking. We strive to provide a one-stop shop for all your pet service needs. I would have that be where it says sitting, training, walking. Your one-stop shop for all your pet services needs. Sitting, training, walking, I don't know, that's not providing any value. That's not offering anything that I wouldn't know or just need to know in order for me to understand what Magic of Paws is about. I think that, whether you're on vacation, traveling for business, or it's just another day at the office, Magic of Paws will be there to feed, walk, play, and of course, love your pets. We also provide top-notch dog training. So I'm a little confused now. Is this actually a sort of like rover.com competitor? Meaning you will watch these dogs? Dog trainer takes, so yeah, I'm a little confused now on what it is that so this language here, which again is pre-mill prime real estate on the website, makes it seem like you also are able to watch these dogs. Or maybe you're an affiliate for Rover. I don't know. Can you be an affiliate for Rover? I'm curious. Let me go to services. I want to see. Yeah, I can't stop looking at that dog's face. Pet care. Oh, so it's not just dogs. I did not know that. So if I was a cat owner and I was here, literally I would leave. Like, I see one cat. And if you are targeting cats, have both dogs and cats here a little bit more prominently. It's a great picture, by the way. That I love this because it's very personable. It's very real. It's not super professional. It's great. But it looks like you provide help. I thought this was just dogs. Literally, I thought this was just dogs. What do you do to the dogs? Says Chris. What do you do to the dogs? So it looks like you provide some drop-in visits, house sitting. Now, my curiosity drives me to, is this just in a specific location of the world, or do you actually help connect dog walkers to people? And if that's the case, that should be prominent. Like, we will help you find reliable dog helpers. That's not good. Magic of Paws. We help you find dog services in your local area so that you don't have to worry about your dog or cat or pet anymore, especially if you happen to go on. Like, the other part of this is like, again, still the house sitting, going at it. Like, I want to know more. Page not found. That's not good. That's not good. And it's the first thing here. Pet care. What happened? Get started. Oh no. That's not good. Private training. Get started. Oh no. Yeah, that's kind of a bummer. Book now. Okay, that's better. Anyway, we have a little bit of work to do on what it is that you're actually servicing and who it is that you're servicing, and then definitely fix that services page. And then the webinar, like I said, it's so prominently featured on the front. If that's not for me, I'm out, and I'm leaving the whole website versus having a sticky bar up at the top. So anyway, y'all, thank you so much for coming in today. We do have one more giveaway to offer you, and that is for super fans. Said I wasn't gonna do that, but I'm gonna do it anyway. So let's go. I'm gonna go down here. This is the iPad with the new case, by the way. Do y'all see that? That floating case that's very popular right now. It is awesome. It is awesome. And Kevin, dude, your super chat's still up there, man. I appreciate you so much for that. Let's get rolling here through all these comments. And wherever I stop, I want you to know that you are a winner. Xenia and Vlada, look at that. House of Creators. I filmed the video today in 40 minutes without script in English. Achievement. Awesome job. Bruh. There's the bruh. So send an email, Xenia and Vlada, to pat@patflynn.com. And we'll get you hooked up. Congratulations to all 5 winners today. And I appreciate y'all for coming in. Hope you enjoy those website reviews. Come in tomorrow. We are doing this tomorrow again, 8 a.m. Pacific, 9 a.m. Mountain, 10 a.m. Central. See how I say myself there? And 11 a.m. Eastern. So thank you all for being here. I appreciate you. To the super chats, amazing. Kevin, one more time, thank you for the $100. That's going to feed so many people. I appreciate you so much, my friend. Check him out. That is Kevin Freeman at Lightbulb Moment, and you can check him out. Follow him on YouTube as well. Man, what a great show. Thank you so much. Enjoy your weekend. Stay safe, stay inside, and I will see you tomorrow. Bring your friends too. Appreciate you. patflynn.com/the income stream. Don't forget that. Cheers and have a good one.
This is the income stream to help you achieve your dream, all while we keep it clean. This is the income stream. It's the kind of show where you can come and go, but then you leave inspired with no fee required. The income stream with Pat Flynn.
Bye all. Thank you so much. Again, stay safe, stay inside. I'll see you tomorrow, 8 a.m. patflynn.com/the income stream. And do more website reviews like we did today, so don't miss out. Peace, y'all.
Bruh.